I grew up around women. I'm one of three kids. I'm the youngest. I've got two older sisters. I've got a bunch of aunties. Got a bunch of women cousins. My nan was always close to hand. My mum's friends were all women. And then when we got a dog, that was female. And then when we got a cat, that was female. So when the guinea pig was a female, so it was just like real strong feminine energy. You know, you get put in crowded classes. You have to start really focusing on things like maths. I always found that super, super difficult to just sort of just get to grips with and focus on. I've never been very careful. And I think I've always taken a fair few risks without knowing it. So I went to university and then dropped out because it wasn't to my taste. I went to another university. I dropped out of that. And I think at that point, my mum was like, maybe you should just stop going to university. And do you know what? I defied it. I went back a third time. I ended up with a creative degree, which I enjoy and I still kind of practice now. It's got nothing to do with drag, but you can't get a degree in drag. My best piece of advice is just don't be too careful. You don't have to follow the money for stuff. But don't be scared to try new things. In fact, if you're offered an opportunity or there's something there that you're thinking, I'm going to have to take a leap of faith and do this one thing without sounding too cheesy, always say yes. Because you don't know where it's going to take you. You don't. So I didn't have like designers or anything. I had all these ideas for looks that I wanted, but I wasn't well connected. And, didn't have a lot of money at the time as well. There's a bit that kicks in creativity. It's like an instinct when, you go over your budget and you go over all these things that you've not got and you think, right, well, I'm going to have to make something work instead of that. So you put these looks together. I've never spent incredible amounts of money on drag stuff. I've always ended up like befriending the designers and we've collaborated. So I took on like half the cast or something. There's always been a different way rather than going, there's 10 grand and that's for one look and it's going to be this promo thing. That's not me. I'm a charity shop queen. The one thing that always stands out is when you've got this very unique thing and it can just be a tweak, but it's kind of like it's down to styling. It's down to just something. For me, I was quite lucky, but also I just went for a big blue circle on the face. And that was the very first time that I painted makeup and I was like, that was a Gem and the Holograms reference as well. What you watch versus how it was made. Don't think people know how long it actually takes to make an episode. So by the time we all went back, it looked like you'd had an All Stars glow up. When we walked back in, it was like, oh my God, everything feels shiny and new.
I'm sure you're asked this all the time, but I'm still going to ask it because my listeners may not have heard it. But would you consider doing another Drag Race franchise of some form?
Yeah, I think enough time has passed between the last one that I did in order to go, God, I could have done that so different. I would do it.